It is now time to hear from our wonderful student graduation speaker, who was selected from a competitive pool of talented candidates. This year's speaker will be graduating from our clinical mental health counseling program. She was recognized as one of 50 delegates around the world noted as agents of change for the National Muslim Women's Summit by the Women's Initiative for Self-Empowerment and Harvard University. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce this year's speaker, Leila Halid Warraich. Leila.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, graduates, and to my parents watching online, welcome. My fellow candidates, it is my privilege to be here with you today on this incredibly momentous occasion as we celebrate the accumulation of our hard work and passions. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy spoke at Rice University about the Apollo program. In perhaps one of the most memorable moments, he said, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard." That statement led me to reflect on our lives and our journey to this moment today. My mother was born and raised in a village in Pakistan. My grandfather was a basic civil servant who made just enough to get by day to day. Often my mother had to walk miles to school through fields and in varying weather because transportation was hard to come by. But she did it because her education mattered to her. She knew the opportunities it could provide and the doors it would open. And later, she became the first woman in her village to graduate with a bachelor's degree. She did it not because it was easy, but because it was hard. My parents' values instilled in me the desire to learn and serve. All I ever knew growing up was that I wanted to help others. I had a special interest in counseling because I came from communities where there is stigma associated with mental health and treatment. I was drawn to the idea that as a Muslim and as a South Asian, perhaps others in my community would feel it was easier to talk about their struggles if they saw me, someone who looked like them, as their therapist. Each day, as teachers, as educators, as public safety officials, and as counselors, we work with our students and our clients trying to cultivate their minds and help facilitate their learning. Each day, we encounter difficulties and challenges. Sometimes we have to work with individuals, and sometimes we have to work against systems. Today, we are graduating from one of the best institutions in the world. It took many late nights and hard work for us to get to where we are. We sacrificed much to walk across this stage today. Because we were up to the challenge, because we had a desire to make a difference, to become the next generation of responsible and thoughtful educators, to advocate and help our students and clients on their journeys. Because we know what education can do for our students, but we also know what it can do for the world. As you all move into the next chapters of your life, remember all your struggles. They defined you and they made you into who you are. There is no limit to what you can achieve. With this privilege we gain here today, we have an immense responsibility through our chosen professions to serve our communities and to our future, our children. Remember, we do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Congratulations again to my fellow graduates and to your families. Assalamu alaikum, and may peace be with you.